Are you able to look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with yourself? To really be proud of who you are, what you stand for, how you put yourself out into the world, and how you represent your values in your way of being? For a long time, this is something I really struggled with. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to define it as authentic living. Truly being authentic to yourself. Not surrendering or backing down when your values are being pushed up against by the world around you. Knowing who you are and standing firm in that, no matter how people challenge you. That's something I'm all about here at Studio Raphael, and in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my process in finding a more authentic space of living for myself. Hopefully, if this is something you're struggling with, you can get some tips from this video, and if you do, please leave a like. Subscribe for the journey of authenticity, it's free if you're into it, and if you have anything to add to the conversation, of course, leave a comment down below. So I've been on a journey of, let's say, recovery for the last, I almost want to say 3 years. There was a long period of my life that I lived in a perpetual state of people pleasing. I was trying to keep everyone happy. I was scared of conflict. My life was just centered around trying to stay safe because I learned that conflict and putting myself out into the world was a very dangerous thing due to my own history and trauma. But about 3 years ago, I realized that living that way wasn't serving me. I realized that at the end of the day, it was just making me really unhappy, really unsatisfied, and really unfulfilled. And instead of facing that pain, I drowned it out. I used cannabis, I used video games. I just had a bunch of coping mechanisms that I used to cover up the pain. The first thing I had to do was just recognize that enough was enough, and I was tired of it. And I was tired of pressing down the pain, and I was tired of hiding and running from what I really truly wanted in life, which was the freedom to just live and be as my authentic self. So I reached the point where I was ready to face my demons, so to speak, but just facing them didn't mean actually conquering them. Stepping into authenticity from that point onward has been extremely difficult, because stepping into true authenticity means also being willing to say and do the things that might not just hurt you, but they could really hurt others. And as a perpetual people pleaser, the last thing I wanted to do was hurt others. It was okay for me to hurt myself, but hurting others was a big no-no. But what good was that doing for either of us? What good was hiding the truth doing for me or my relationships? The pain that I was causing myself was just being inflicted onto them, but in subconscious ways that I wasn't aware of. So the second thing I had to do was get really, totally, seriously honest. And that's something I'm still working on. Being as honest and vulnerable as I possibly can. Having difficult conversations, saying hard things. Nobody really enjoys those conversations. And if you do, you might be a little sadistic. That's okay. But the hard conversations are there to be had to make us stronger. We have to have the hard conversations. And the third thing I've had to really learn how to do is just stay true in that. The hardest part of going from a place of total obscurity to, so to speak, cleaning the glass through which we're seeing the world through is just getting there in the first place. In the past, I was seeing the world through so much trauma, through so much pain, that what I was seeing wasn't actually true or real, it was just influenced by my past experiences. So slowly but surely, like the glass, I'm slowly cleaning off the specks and the pieces of dirt that amassed over there, but I just, instead of cleaning them off right away because it was hard or too painful at the time, I just let it stick until what I was seeing the world through was just a dirty, rotten piece of glass. And now I've gone back and I've started scraping over it and really cleaning it and working on it, and it's much more clear. But there's still going to be bird shit that hits it every once in a while. There's still going to be somebody who maybe spits on it. And you know what I have to do? I got to look at that spot and I got to say, yeah, you know what? It's there, but here, let's just clean it off. Let's do it. It might not be fun. It might not be easy or good, but that's the nature of it. Otherwise, it's just going to harden. It's going to rot. And then eventually you have to deal with it 2 or 3 years down the line. Or maybe I just end up dying with it there. And what good is that? And then what comes once we've cleaned this glass is really just a sense of peace. It's a sense of freedom. It's a sense that there's nothing, so to speak, weighing on your shoulders or burdening you, because there's nothing you're trying to hide. There's nothing you're trying to run away from or escape from. You're just willing to look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm not, I don't know, the best, so to speak, thing in the world, but I'm good enough for me. And I'm doing the work and I'm happy with where I'm at and I'm taking the steps forward in order to be a better version of myself. And if you can look at yourself at the end of every night and say, I did what I felt I could that day in order to improve just a little bit, and if you can do that every single day, then you're golden. You're doing the best you can do, and that's amazing. So my name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. I'm here to help artists, creatives, and songwriters create from a space of authenticity and truth. So if that's something that you're interested in, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. I want to see more people creating reality and creating music from a space of authenticity. It's not easy work, but I'm here to hold space for it. And I feel like I can because I've done a lot of it myself. It's not just about being some guru who's selling packages. No, I've always been about from the start doing the work so that way I can really see where other people aren't. So if you're willing to be challenged, if you're willing to go a little deeper than I believe some people might be willing to take you, then shoot me a message and let's see how I can help you and how we can get to work. So thanks again for tuning in. My name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael, and hopefully I'll see you around the studio sometime. Take care.